Hello, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy inauguration day. It's Taisha Bradley, celebrity publicist, and I'm so excited to have you here on this wonderful day to join me. If you are here, please let me know. Drop down in the comments whether you're on Facebook or whether you are watching live on YouTube. I'm everywhere. I hope that you're catching me on YouTube. If so, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notifications whenever I go live or whenever I upload videos. Videos is something that I really wanted to do to up my game and build my brand in 2021. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Every time I see the numbers go up, it gives me a little bit more courage to do it again and again and again. We all know that entrepreneurship is about growing and taking steps, and so mastering video was one of the steps that I want to do for 2021. So I'm super glad that you are here today. If you are here, it is because you're trying to build your brand, master some things for 2021 as well. And one of those things is publicity. And I'm a publicist. I've been doing PR, marketing, communication for nonprofits, for corporations, and for public figures for over 20 years. Yes, over 20 years. I basically went right out of college into an internship and right into, into corporate. So I've been doing this a really long time. Since 2018, I've been doing it for entrepreneurs. But we are going to get into that. I want you to go ahead and comment below and let me know where you're coming from. How about shout out your state? And let me know if you are super glad to be here. I'm so happy. Hi, Tanea. Surreal Self-Defense in the building. She says, hey. She also says, I'm looking good, y'all. Thank you. Good. Thank you so much for being here. And so we have guests on here from my Facebook group. I Need a Publicist with Taisha Bradley. It's my free Facebook group. You can search that on Facebook and join us. And then also from my Facebook page, my business page at Taisha Bradley MA on Facebook. And then we're also live on the YouTubes, right? So yes, thank you so much for joining. We have about 1 minute. We're going to get started right on time. So thank you for being on time. I'm going to have you for like 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how many questions that we go through. But you really, really, really want to be here. And for those, who could not make it, there'll be a replay up for a little while. But I don't know that I'll leave it up forever because we can't let all of our secrets stay out, right? Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, who's in the building? Comment below and let me know who's here. Awesome. We're going to get rolling pretty soon. We're going to get right on the dot. I think it's 6 o'clock right on the dot. I guess we'll give folks maybe a couple other seconds to join in. But thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. I'm so glad to have you here. Again, I'm Taisha Bradley, celebrity publicist. I've been in PR, marketing, communications for over 20 years, helping businesses and brands and organizations get their message out, get their story out, build their brand, draw customers to them, all because they've seen you and your brand in the media or in awards, all kinds of things. So we'll talk about all of those things. We're going to get started right away. So thank you guys for coming in. Hello. Carolina Broadcast Network. Hello. Thank you so much for joining in. I see Panty Buddy is in the building. Hey, Panty Buddy. You guys, this information is going to be so good. I've been so excited. I could hardly sleep last night. One, I was excited about inauguration. Two, I was excited about this. So I hope that you are excited as well. So go ahead and take a second and share this with somebody because you know there's somebody who needs to see this or somebody who meant to watch it and they forgot. So go ahead and share it out and let everybody know that we're getting started. Like, no man left behind. We're leaving, folks. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Connor. Hey, good to see you, Kennard. Good to see you. We're going to go ahead and get on right into it, you guys. Let's do it. What do you think? Let's go for it. All right. Let's get us started. Here we go. get this in this good old presentation mode. You guys get to see all the behind the scenes. You see me in Canva. You guys know I love Canva. Some of you over here, y'all know I'm the Canva queen, so get right to get left with my Canva. All right, so this is the presentation that I created in Canva. If you didn't know that you could do that, just put it in the presentation mode and boom, right? So thank you so much and welcome to How to Get Major Press Coverage Without a Lot of Money in 2021. If you're here, you know what press is, you're interested in being in the media, perhaps you've been in the media before, but you definitely want to get more in 2021 and you want to do it for not a lot of money because we know that marketing budgets can tend to be tight. So I just wanted to welcome you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being on time. We get rolling right on time. This information is super important. It's super near and dear to me because not only is public relations and telling stories my purpose, it's also my passion and is what I'm sent here to do. It's my divine thing to make sure that these stories get told, these messages get told, that they're no best kept secrets, okay? The world needs you, and it's my job and my honor and my privilege to help you share yourself with the world. So I just want to welcome you again, and thank you so much for being here. I'm going to tell you a little about me. And then next, we're going to get right into it, how to get major press coverage fast without a lot of money in 2021. And we're going to go over 3 key secrets to getting a lot of major press coverage fast without a lot of money in 2021. Yes, during the pandemic. So one of the secrets that I'm going to teach you is how to prepare to pitch the media. You know, lots of people want to know, how do I get started? Or what do I need to have? We're going to talk about that, how to prepare for this major press coverage that we're going to be grabbing fast. The next thing that we are want to know is how to prepare. Who, how, and what to pitch. I'm sorry, who, how, and what to pitch. Is what we're going to want to know next. You want to know who we're going to pitch, how we're going to pitch, what we're going to pitch. You guys are needed to know this. And I'm going to need you to hang on just for 1 second because my battery is dying on my laptop. So technical difficulties. I'm pretty sure that was like lesson number 1 in my video academy is to make sure that you are plugged in. Boom, got juice. All right. Thank you guys so much. Learning lesson. All right, so we're going to learn how to prepare to get ready to pitch the media, who to pitch, how to pitch, and what to pitch. Those are really big things that people just don't really know yet. And I'm going to show you simple ways to help you know who to pitch, how to pitch, and even what to pitch, even when to pitch. Got to hang in for that. And then I'm going to teach you what to do next because people want to know when I pitch, what do I do next? Or if a reporter hits me back, what do I do next? We're definitely going to talk about that. And then at the very end, I have a very special gift for you, and I will be showing you some things that I've been working on, and I'm going to give you a gift as well for staying here, hanging in with me, my technical difficulties. So thank you so much for being here. All right. And if you stay to the end as well, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into something that I've been working on. It's a website. I think you'll really like it. You may have heard me talking about it. If you follow me on social media, be sure to do that. actioncameralights.com. And I'll be telling you what that is and showing you the inside back end, because if you go to my website, you would actually have to log in and be a member to see what's back there. But I'm going to show you that today as well, and you will be the very first people to see this. All right. So I want to take a second and talk about my goals and dreams as a publicist. My goals and dreams as a publicist. So if you did not know, I came from a musical background. I have a very famous uncle. He has since passed away, Bill Pinkney and the Drifters. And so I knew early on what a publicist was, what a publicist did. And so I knew early on how I wanted to work with people to help them get their messages shown, because the media is amazing. They can blow you up. So how what I do aligns with my goals and dreams as a publicist. I feel like this. Successful entrepreneurs are usually just one discovery away from being a celebrity in their own right. Like Oprah's foot nanny. Oprah mentioned the foot nanny, the lady who did her pedicures. She had a line, foot nanny blew up, took off. They call it the O effect. When Oprah shouts you out and your business like skyrockets. So it just takes one person, one mention, one product placement, one article that could really take off your brand. But most of us feel like if the right person just saw us, we could get that break. And the truth is that most of us are already authorities in our industries, celebrities in our own right? But we don't see ourselves in that way. But people from the outside see us. They see us as successful. They see our businesses, our brands, as very polished and out there. But most of us know that we could always take it up the next notch, or that we're so close to the next level, but we're just not quite getting there. What do we do? And so I see that in me. I see that in you. I see that in so many people, and we really need to change that. We're sharing our work. We're up late at night and just working, on our brands and our businesses because we're trying to impact the world. We're trying to build legacies, and we don't always feel seen. But once you see yourself in that light, that the media needs to see you and needs to know what you are doing, then and only then, are you ready to let your light shine before millions? And because you're here, I think you know that. Some of you definitely know that. It's ready to let your light shine. And I would love to help you to get to that place. And I'm going to give you a head start on that today. And that is my promise to you. My promise to you here and today is that if you pay attention, take a little notes, and have some faith in your girl, that I could have hundreds of media opportunities in your inbox every week, starting this week. Okay? Write that down. Hundreds of media opportunities in your inbox every week. Because we know that getting featured by a big magazine, by big media outlets like Forbes, Huffington Post, O Magazine, CNN, BET, Fox, Essence, all the different shows. We know that that could change your world, right? You see these websites that have the as seen on, as featured in, and you want to know, like, how can that be me? How can that be me? What can I do to get there? So, how to get major press coverage fast without a lot of money in 2021. The first secret that I want to talk about is how to know what to pitch. The second secret was how to know when to pitch. And the third was how to get the media to come to you. All right, and if you have any questions in the meantime, go ahead and drop them down in the chat, and I will make sure to get those. And remember, I made that bold promise to you that by the end of this webinar, you will know how to receive hundreds of media opportunities in your inbox every week, and you will definitely be receiving those. So pay attention and hang on. First, secret number one, how to know what to pitch. That is like the main thing that people ask me. The main thing about knowing what to pitch is knowing that what you're pitching needs to be newsworthy. And that means that it has to be something that people would be interested in mass. Not just you, not just your niche, something in mass. Because when we're sending it to the media, it's going out to a huge, broad audience. So it has to be an audience that's going to be able to be broad, okay? So know what's newsworthy. If you're not sure if something is newsworthy, or you're just excited, about what you have, run it by a couple of friends or some colleagues and see if it's newsworthy. Everything that is news is not always newsworthy. However, what I'm going to teach you today, you will know exactly what to pitch because you're going to know what is newsworthy for a fact. All right. So the first thing that I want to introduce you to is nationaltoday.com. If you are not sure what kind of ideas you can come up with, you can visit nationaltoday.com. Nationaltoday.com is a website that allows you, it has a listing. So there's months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I know you guys need that lesson. It got good to me. But every month they have a list of dates that there are different national observances. So if you're having a hard time thinking of news angles or what to pitch, check out nationaltoday.com and search. You can search by month. You can also search by topic. I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see this, because I like to be like an instructional kind of person. You guys know how I do. I like to show you. So I'm going to share my screen again and let you see nationaltoday.com. All right. And so as you can see, today is Wednesday, January 20th, and it's National Cheese Lovers Day. And so you can scroll down and see different upcoming holidays. So Celebration of Life Day, depending on what your industry is, maybe you could leverage that with a news angle. National Blonde Brownie Day. If you are a baker or a home chef and you have a special brownie, that would be a news angle that you could have pitched. There's National Pie Day, National Beer Can Appreciation Day, all different kinds of days to give you ideas. I recommend that you go out about 3 months to start to plan so that you have time to pitch these things. So if it's January now, I will go out to February, March, maybe April, and let's click on April and see what the April holidays are. So we know there's April's Fool's Day, but it's also Major League Baseball Opening Day, National Burrito Day. If you have a restaurant, you know, it would be great to publicize a burrito that you may have. If you're a chef, it may be great to create a burrito and pitch it to the media. If you are not necessarily in food, you can just go live and do a live, you know, it's National Burrito Day, come cook with me and make burritos and talk about your business or talk about your brand. So use nationaltoday.com to get ideas for you to create content as well. But also to pitch the media. National Hug a News Person Day. That would be a great day to reach out to a journalist on Twitter, which is where journalists hang out. Write that down. You know, and recognize National Hug a News Person Day. Tell a Lie Day. How could you leverage that? You know, if you're a lawyer, people lie in court all the time. You know, do something for Tell a Lie Day. Shout out to their attorneys handling all those things. So yeah, so check out nationaltoday.com to give yourself ideas to pitch, different angles to pitch, which is, you know, kind of what direction you're going to lead with for a pitch. So you just aren't pitching randomly. And then also use it to create content, use it for reasons to go live, use it for reasons, you know, to connect with your audience. Even if you can't, you know, if you're one of those people who can't always think of, you know, what to share, you could definitely do that. So yes, Creative Souls Printing. Hi, Thomas. He says, I've looked through the whole year to help plan for my marketing. I love National Today. Exactly. You can go ahead and list out your whole year, even if like the major holidays, if you all, you know, if you sometimes forget to put up, you know, Happy Flag Day, Happy this day, Happy that, just go through National Today and do them all at once. It'll make your life so much easier. It'll make your social media pop. Because when media are checking you out, write this down, they check your websites to look for sign of life. That means, does this person post often? Do they keep fresh content? Do they connect with their audiences? Because when media, they publicize you, they want you to share links. And if you're sharing links and you don't have an audience, that's not really beneficial to them. So you may get passed over for an opportunity because you are not very active on social media. So that is a tip. Keep your social media fresh, because if you're pitching media and they're checking you out and your social media looks stagnant, you may get passed over. All right, so let's get back into it. So that was nationaltoday.com that we took a look at. That's nationaltoday.com, and that is free to use for anyone. So the next secret is secret number 2. how to know when to pitch, how to know when to pitch. So now we know what to pitch, and we kind of know when to pitch, based on National Today. But if you are looking to get a feature in, say, O Magazine, in Essence Magazine, magazines in particular, we're going to go magazines in particular, okay? How to know when to pitch. Magazines typically have editorial calendars. Now, sometimes websites like weblogs have editorial calendars. Usually like network TV, radio has editorial calendars, but magazines are notorious for keeping editorial calendars and offering them to people who would be purchasing advertising. And so I'm going to teach you a little trick about using editorial calendars. And I'm going to give you a look at the Shape Magazine 2021 editorial calendar, and we're just going to give a breakdown of that. So if you aren't familiar, Shape Magazine is a national magazine, a fitness magazine, and this is their 2021 editorial calendar. They have a print magazine, and then they also have digital. Lots of magazines are leaving print and going digital, or they are not publishing monthly and they're starting to publish bi-monthly or even quarterly. O Magazine, for the first time this year, is doing kind of a hybrid of digital and print, that it appears, and doing kind of like quarterly or special edition in print. So just note that. But the editorial calendars for digital and print are typically the same. So you'll find an editorial inside of what is called a media kit. And a media kit is what a magazine or even a professional journal, if we have some doctors, some attorneys on here, people in those kinds of industries, even that you have journals. So journals and magazines typically have media kits. And inside of that, they have all the demographics for their audiences. So the age range of their audiences, the demographics, the amount of money they make, how many people in the household, their spending habits, all this powerful information, because they want people who have hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay for ads in these magazines to see what they're getting for their money. But what people don't know, and this is a PR secret, is that you can use that same media kit to see if this publication is a good fit for you. If it's a good fit for you, what is the age range of their reader? How is this circulated? How much goes in print? How much is digital? So you can decide beforehand if you should pitch this magazine or journal based on taking a look at their media kit. Then the most powerful part of the media kit is the editorial calendar. And inside the editorial calendar, you see here for Shape, they have the months, January, February, and the topic is New Year, New Outlook. And so it says they're looking ahead to a year of renewed commitment to self-care as they explore the best new methods, blah, 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 blah. And so we know that this is gone because the closing date for this, if you can see this, was November 20th. And the closing date is the date that you have to purchase your ads. But if we move on to, say, May is the skin issue. So if you are an esthetician, if you are a dermatologist, if you make skincare products, May would be a great month for you to be featured in Shape Magazine. So you see that it's the skin issue, and you see that the closing date for advertising it is February 19th, 21. And what that means is the closing date is this is the very last day that you can purchase ads. So if the very last day that you can purchase an ad that's going to be printed in that magazine is February 19th, that's probably around the last time that you can pitch for that May issue. So now that we're in January and we know that May is the skin issue, if you have a skincare product, you should pitch Shape Magazine about your business, your brand, or a product for the May issue. Specifically for the May issue. You can even say, I want to be in the May issue, the skin issue. Now, they may be surprised how you know that that's the issue, but that doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there, because that writer or that editor who's putting together that skin issue, that's one less thing for them to do, an article for them to look for. So if you can pitch using editorial calendars and pitch in advance, you have more of an opportunity to be featured in a magazine or a professional journal than someone who would just pitch them randomly. Did you guys get that? Let me know in the comments if you like that. If you like using the editorial calendar. Have you heard of an editorial calendar before? Most major magazines have them. GQ, Essence, all the Vogues. Did you guys see the Vogue cover with Kamala, First Lady? Yay. Now listen, this is the tea. It wasn't the cover that they agreed on. It was still nice, but it wasn't the cover that they agreed on, but it's okay. They would have to do a rerun for me because awesome, you guys. Okay, looks like everyone is still with me. Thank you so much for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell and make sure that you get updated. And if you're not watching on YouTube, you can hop right on over and go ahead and do that because I will be doing these live events regularly. Yay for that. All right, moving on along. Secret number 3, how to get the media to come to you. So remember, I made you that bold promise that I was going to get you hundreds of media opportunities to your inbox every week, starting this week. This is how we are going to do that. Harrow, help a reporter out. If you guys follow me on social media, if you know me at all, you know I love Harrow. And Harrow is an acronym for Help a Reporter Out. H-A-R-O, Help a Reporter Out. It's pronounced Harrow, 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 Hero. People pronounce it differently. And I've actually checked with Cision, and they said it doesn't matter how you pronounce it. So there's no official way. So sometimes I say Harrow, sometimes I say Harrow. Listen, H-A-R-O, Help a Reporter Out. And Harrow is a website, helpareporter.com. So you will definitely want to write that down, helpareporter.com. Let me know when you have that down. Could somebody please put that in the chat? The helpareporter.com. Yes. Thank you so much. So Help a Reporter Out is a free service provided by Cision, which is a very large corporation that a lot of public relations that we use subscribe to. They have databases and everything that you could want and need to pitch the media, but it's thousands and thousands of dollars, darling. Like sometimes publicists have to like share a plan. It's that expensive. But they do offer a free service called Harrow, Help a Reporter Out. And it enables journalists, like reporters, bloggers, people who do gift guides, gift bags, TV, radio, podcasts, all kinds of things. So not just journalists, but we'll call them journalists, you know, we'll say the media. And so it brings the media and journalists and PR sources to collaborate. And what is a source? A source is you. A source is me. A source is a person who can answer questions and offer information in a certain area, in a certain expertise. And when I say expertise, don't let that scare you, because some people say, well, I'm not an expert. I'm not like an expert. You are. You are. If you're in business for yourself or you're working in a job, you're an expert. You've mastered that. You know, as long as you know more than the next person, you're an expert. So Harrow is looking for experts to match up with journalists. So basically the way that Harrow works is journalists and bloggers, they submit requests for sources, right? They're like, hey, I need somebody to help me with this article. And those are called queries. And Harrow sends out the queries 3 times a day to your email. So you can sign up for a free account. They do have a paid account, which has some perks that the free account doesn't have. But everything you need is definitely in that free account to get you started. They send out queries 3 times a day, and it's 5:35 a.m., 12:35 p.m., and 5:35 p.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. So if you sign up for your Harrow account, they are going to start to send you these emails. And in those emails will be queries from journalists. And they will be looking for sources with relevant expertise to reply. Hey, sometimes they need a doctor or a brain surgeon to give some, to come onto a television show to give expert feedback. Sometimes they just need a mom who's mastered, potty training. You don't have to have any kind of qualification. So it really does vary. So don't think that you couldn't find something on Haro for you. So then that way you see a query, you respond to that query. So you don't have to worry about pitching and saying the right thing. And, you do have to say the right thing, However, the journalists get a more well-rounded story. They can talk to a lot of different people with different levels of expertise and things. And then in the meantime, your brand gets earned media, which is what we call press. You get the press coverage. They publish it. They send you a link. You post it on your website. And if you are not posting your media links on your website, the media does not like that. They want you to post it. And it also helps bring more organic traffic to your website because we're doing SEO, what they call backlinks. So if I have my As Seen on Forbes article on my website and it's pointing to Forbes recognizes that I'm mentioned in their article and they're going to point it back to me. So not only, can people get diverted to Forbes from my site, but people can get diverted from Forbes site to me. So it increases your traffic when you get press coverage and you use those links. So you should definitely be putting them on a press page or a media page on your website. So through using Haro, your brand can become the go-to source, in a particular subject matter area. You can use that service to build rapport with the journalist, because if you are contacted back by the journalist, then you kind of talk to them yourself. You kind of build that relationship. They have to reach back out to you. You cannot do a workaround, and kind of hound them and reach them when you're doing Haro. But it's mutually beneficial, to the relationship. If a journalist really likes you, they may want to keep your contact information and reach out to you directly for the next time. So to be successful with Haro, you need to know how to use it. Anyone can use it. You can sign up. Usually people get kind of overwhelmed with it. But I can teach you how to be successful with that. And we're going to go over that today. So if you have a helpareporter.com account, then that's fantastic. You understand what it is and you know that what we're doing. If you don't have an account, you do not have to set one up right this minute, but definitely jot down a couple notes so that you can learn how to master that. And, within a day or so, you could be receiving hundreds of these media queries to your email inbox so that you can start to pitch the media like right away, like by Friday. Definitely by Monday, you should be good to go. So I'm going to help you. I'm going to walk you through Haro a little bit so that you can get comfortable with doing that, because it is the fastest, most powerful way that you're going to get free press, because Haro doesn't cost anything, right? Haro doesn't cost anything for you to use on the front end. So it's going to be your best opportunity for getting media coverage. I've used Haro myself personally. I've been featured in Forbes. I was featured in Forbes in January last year, Business Insider, Kivo Daily, and they also offer me a contributor account so I can have a byline and just publish articles directly there. Isn't that wonderful? See, we didn't even think about that, right? You can become the media as well and write about your brand or your expertise. And I even had the opportunity to interview let me put myself on the full screen so you guys can see me, Angela Bassett. I got to interview Angela Bassett online. It was during the time that she was on American Horror Story Hotel. Listen, is that back on yet? Y'all know I love American Horror Story. Okay, back to it. And that came from Haro. I ended up building a relationship with a TV producer for Amazon and IMDb, and she would reach out to me for people of color to have on these shows, like as experts or as models. They were really trying to do a lot of diversity. And so she would reach out and say, hey, do you have any clients who could do this? Do you have any clients who could do that? And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. And the more people that I sent her way, the more that she loved me. And then she got the she had the opportunity to interview 2 celebrities, and I don't remember who the first celebrity was, so I was like, I don't even know who that is. But the second was for Angela Bassett. And so she says, do you know someone, who would interview Angela Bassett, live stream? And I was like, should I do it? I love Angela Bassett, y'all. Y'all know. And I was like, what about me? And she was like, oh my gosh, of course. Would you want to do that? And I was like, I would love to do that. So, it got all set up, and I got all dolled up on my living room couch. And this is way before we were doing live stream. This is maybe like 2014, 2015. Well, maybe not. If whatever season American Horror Story Hotel was out. But it was a couple years ago. And so I did it. And so they told me, you can give us 3 questions that you want to ask her. So I had my little questions up, and I had them memorized them already. And then right before, they were like, nah, just kidding. Just ask her this. So they gave me a question to ask her. And I was going to ask something really dignified, about how do you, get into character, whatever your method is. They were like, no, sis, you're going to ask her what it was like to kiss Lady Gaga on American Horror Story Hotel. And what did your husband say? I was thinking, like, I can't ask Angela Bassett that, but I guess I'm going to have to, And so I asked her, and thank goodness, because she screamed and laughed, and like, she loved that question. And it was just a really great overall experience. And that opportunity to be live streaming with Angela Bassett came from Haro, helpareporter.com. So you guys don't think that it's all just small things on there, because you may see some small things, smaller blogs. But typically, if you see a smaller blog on there, they have high traffic, because websites and blogs and the media, they have to have a certain amount of traffic to even post on there. But anyway, I said all that to say that you can do anything through the power of Haro. You can start small, and you can definitely grow with Haro. All right. Do you guys like that? Yeah. Go ahead and comment below. If you already have a Haro account, go ahead and comment and let me know if you have an account. And remember, you guys, I've been in PR marketing for a super duper long time. And, Haro is one of like the most amazing tools that you can use. And it's available, to the public for free. So you definitely want to grab an account and get that in there. All right. So go ahead, you guys, put some comments down in the chat if you have some questions. There will be time at the end to ask questions. So if you want to hold them, then that is very fine as well. So another thing is that people say they don't have time to pitch, and we're going to revisit Haro. Don't worry. Okay. People say, I don't have time to pitch. Like, oh, I have a Haro account and I just don't have time to pitch it, or I get all hundreds of emails, with these media opportunities, and I just get super overwhelmed. I don't have time to pitch. Well, this is your solution for this. Remember that I mentioned at the beginning that Haro sends out the emails at 5:35 a.m., at 12:35 p.m., and 5:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take 15 minutes a day to go through those. So even if you don't do it right at the time, pretty close, if you're not up at 5:35 a.m., as soon as you get up, you might want to check those morning emails. But if you take 15 minutes a day, scroll through, if you don't see anything, just delete it. There'll be another to replace it. If you see something that you want to pitch, go ahead and pitch it. Like right then, because the early bird really does get the worm at Haro, but like the accurate bird really gets the worm, So if you see something that you would be perfect for, definitely pitch it. 15 minutes a day. That is 45 minutes a day. And we're talking major media opportunities that you could be landing. I read an article where a gentleman said that he did, I think, 100 pitches to Haro, and he had a 33% success rate. A 33% success rate. Okay. So that means that there's definitely something on there that you can pitch. And some of you guys on here today, I see right now, I've sent you, some something that I've seen on Hero, and you guys have pitched it and got a call back, right? Or, gotten a response. It's that easy. You just have to find the one that you are best suited for, and it'll be helpful for you. It'll certainly be helpful for you. So when to pitch. Don't have time to pitch 15 minutes a day. Go through those Hero emails whenever you get them and see what's in there that you want to pitch. All right. We are plugging right on along, you guys. So I just want to let you know that I do have a Hero Masterclass, and it is $27 on Thinkific. It gives you all of the detailed information into Hero, and I want to know if I can show that to you. Are you guys okay with that? If I show you that? Right. So if you already have a Hero account or you're going to do one today, the very first thing I want you to do before we even get into that is set up a Google alert. Set up a Google alert. A Google alert is a free service by Google that lets you know when your name has been mentioned in the media. It lets you know when your name has been mentioned in the media. Okay, so you can go to Google. I think it's google.com/alerts. And if you have a Gmail account and you're already signed in, like you're super good to go. You can just go ahead and use Google Alerts, and you can set it to grab your name. So my Google Alerts has like Taisha Bradley. If I'm checking the media for some of my clients, I will put a Google alert in their name so that anytime the media mentions their name, it pulls up. You can also use put your competitors' information into Google Alerts. So when something is published about your competitor, you can see what's going on. You can put essentially anything into Google Alerts, but definitely put your name and your business name into Google Alerts. Set up a Google Alert even before you start Hero to make sure that when you start pitching that you catch that you catch it, because the media doesn't always let you know, or they'll publish it one place and it'll get resyndicated and end up somewhere else, like my Forbes article. The first story was in Business Insider, and then it got resyndicated to Forbes. Okay, and so the way that I knew is that I got a Google alert. It was like, hey, Taisha Bradley in Forbes. I'm like, hold up, wait. Right? So it got syndicated. It got syndicated. So know that that can happen as well. So just because you get media coverage one place does not mean that it's going somewhere else. So Panty Buddy says, Hero is amazing. Yes, Hero is amazing. Panty Buddy wasted no time in getting into this Hero. So thank you for being one of my beta users. Panty Buddy is one of my beta users for the How to Hero Masterclass that I was just telling you about. So yes. Creative Souls Printing says, I will definitely be signing up for this. Sounds awesome. Yes, definitely. And because you're so niche, you know that anytime something comes through there, about the printing industry or print or stationery or office supplies, like be on top of that. Be on top of that. Be like, actually, I'm Creative Souls Printing. Here's the answer to your questions. Awesome. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get a little bit deeper into Hero. Do you guys want to go deeper? Comment and let me know if you want to get a little deeper into Hero. That's my question. Let me ask you a question. Can we go deeper into Hero? Can we go in? Can we go in? Can we go in? God, like she's too hype. Listen, it's a great day. It is a great day. It is a great day. So real quick, let's talk about who Hero is perfect for. Because I know some people have this question like, all right, is Hero something that I can use? Like, does it have this? Does it have that? So let's talk about it. Hero is great if you're a creative entrepreneur. If you're any kind of creative, if you're any kind of entrepreneur. But it's also great for small business owners. It's also great for beauty brands, lifestyle brands. credential experts, like if you like a PhD, MD, DDS, like all of those. If you have those credentials, there's definitely lots of opportunities in Haro, because sometimes they want only credential people. Sometimes you just have to have business experience, or the knowledge in the area. Lifestyle brands, business brands, personal brands, coaches, medical experts. They need a lot of financial experts, fitness experts. Relationship is another big one, where they need a lot of people for. Real estate is another huge one. Hospitality, education is another one that they have a lot of queries for. Technology, like bioscience, they have opportunities, media opportunities for those on Haro a lot. This is also great for corporate professionals. So if you are not an entrepreneur and you are working for a corporation, you can still pitch Haro. You can still pitch Haro, and it's great, for opportunities like that as well. Especially for people who are in HR. I find that there are a lot of HR related queries in Haro. And basically, it's for any person, any brand that needs visibility, credibility, and authority. So basically, what you need to know to do Haro is you need to create a Haro account. You need to learn the rules of Haro. You need to learn how to read the journalist queries. You need to learn how to pitch the journalists, and then leverage your earned media into money. Okay. And the problems that it solves for you is that it helps you outpace your competitors, right? So if everybody is, spending their Facebook ad dollars and, posting in groups and, sending out emails, doing whatever we can, to fight for customers, clients, for attention, you really could be putting a lot of those eggs in that basket, in that publicity basket, and stop doing so much marketing that people find really tough, and social media marketing that people find really tough, and focus a lot of energy into publicity, because you can tell your story one time to the media and they'll tell a million people about it. It's hitting a lot of birds with one stone, and so publicity is really a way to outpace your competitors. If they're not getting media coverage, or if they're not getting consistent media coverage and that visibility like you can outpace your competitors, because oftentimes it's about who people see. You wonder how people have inferior products or services, and it seems like they're doing so well, and it's because they're so visible. They're everywhere. You may have a better product or service or idea, but if the people don't know where you are, they can't reach you, or they've never heard of you, then they cannot patronize you. So yeah, and it definitely attracts more opportunities to you. More media opportunities. Media begets media. It'll bring people to you who want to do brand partnerships with you. People who want to approach you with speaking engagements. People who can reach out to you for, to see if they can be an affiliate of your brand. If they can purchase wholesale, you get so many opportunities out of being featured in the media, because you're put on a platform where so many people can see you. And of course, it converts customers and clients so easily, because people see you in the media. They just want it. They want your product. They want your service. They want to support you. The story was great. They love it, and they're in. Or if you have some customers or clients who are on the fence about doing business with you, something like being featured in Forbes or being on the 9 o'clock news, can help that person make that decision in favor to spend with you. So those are 3 things that Haro can help you do, or publicity in general, is help you outpace your competitors, help you attract more opportunities, and convert those customers and clients into dollar signs, right? Because that's why we're here. We don't want to spend money. We want to make money in 2021, because this is where the money reside, right? We were saying that we were going to do that in 2021. Well, this is time. And I want hard-working entrepreneurs. You guys, you work hard. You do the blood, sweat, and tears. You stay up at night. We spend our last dimes on our business. Share your successes with your audiences. Like, let people know what you're working on. And the way that you do that is by letting the media know. When you are doing something awesome or great, or you really have something that can help people and change their lives, people need to know. Earning media should not be a one-time thing where the media approaches you. Oh yeah, the news called me and I did this story and I shared it a couple times and I told my grandma, and and then it just kind of goes away. Continue to share those stories because everyone didn't see it or everybody didn't remember or people may be in a different mindset about you then. Continue to share that, and also pursue it. Don't just wait for the media to come to you. These people who we see in the media a lot, listen, I guarantee you they're pursuing. They are pursuing the media. They don't just happenstance upon you, so much. And you can basically do that. All you need is basic technology skills. You need a laptop or a desktop or a tablet, even a phone, You don't have to have media coverage to use Hero. You don't have to have had media coverage before to be chosen. If you've had lots of media coverage before, fantastic. You could probably get some of the bigger fish on Hero, like some of the TV ones. There are lots of major networks that use Hero for like guest experts, like say on a court show, you have a guest expert come in and talk about something. So those are the different opportunities that you can do. So comment below and let me know if you guys have had media coverage before. Let me know if you've had any media coverage before. Again, as I mentioned before, my favorite tool to... I meant to close this off. Sorry, guys. So let's get back to this question. I want to show you guys the inside of my How to Hero class. Are you guys okay with that? Can I do that? Say yes or no, yes or no. I have a yes. Thank you. Got another yes. Awesome. I got a yes. All right. I'm going to show you guys the inside of my Hero class, and I'm going to give you like a brief little run through of what it looks like. Let me share this screen. Listen, I'm a screen share queen today. That was hard to do. Yes, Creative Souls Printing says, let me show you guys this. Oh, Thomas. Yes, I was interviewed for Small Business Saturday by News Channel 4. It was the best opportunity ever. That is Creative Souls Printing. Yes, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. And you just got to keep riding that wave. Like, don't let it die down. Continue to share, the story, the article. Like, don't let it go. Fantastic. Congratulations for that. It's a great feeling. You're like, look, Mom, on TV. So like to do that. All right, I'm trying to get this to where you guys can see the screen. All right, you don't necessarily need to be able to read the words, but let me see. Can we see? That's better. Okay. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. So this is the inside of my Hero Masterclass, and I'm gonna go back to the beginning so you can get like the whole full effect. And so last year was the first year that I created an online course. I took a course to learn how to create the course, but this is my How to Hero class, and it has frequently asked questions. It tells you what exactly Hero is, who it's for, what you can expect to learn, the problems it solves, what skills you need, all of that good stuff. So we're going to go over to the next module, and here is a message from me. And this is, remember I was telling you about how this aligns with my goals and my dreams. It's all touchy-feely, but it lets you guys know that I love you and I love what I do. And it goes into why I'm doing this. And before you go, there's a couple of questions inside of this. And basically, I ask questions so I can know what you guys want, because we know that, if you're an entrepreneur, it is hard to guess what the people want, So I ask 4 short questions, to help me to better help you and to improve this course. And then I have a quick little thank you in here because I'm so grateful. And then you have the opportunity to stay current and join our Facebook group, I Need a Publicist. Shout out to the Facebook group, people. Ooh. I love you guys. I went live in the group the other day. Everybody was so surprised. Like, what? Live? I know. I told you I'm trying to do better. So let's see. Talked about who the course is for. We talked about the benefits of the course. And some of this has audio. Some is video. But the benefits of Hero gets you more visibility, more credibility, and credibility is people co-signing for you, right? People find you more credible when they see that the media is vouching for you. It gives you more authority because it gives you the leg up over your competitors. It makes you the expert in your niche, the more that you're featured in the media. You also create more relationships with journalists, producers, customers, clients. People get to know you, and you create those relationships. And again, the benefits are that SEO. Remember, we talked about the backlinks, how it can increase traffic to your website. So if you have a product, like, man, do you really want in this traffic to your site? So SEO and backlinks are what I mentioned earlier. That. And Hero is a fantastic way to do that. Let's do this. So the first thing that you want to do, and we go over this in the How to Hero class, is secure the business email address. And that is, instead of doing it at gmail.com, it's at TaishaBradley.com, at creativesouls.com, and that is the business email address. You do not have to have that for Hero, but it looks so much better when you're pitching journalists. So I recommend that people secure a business email address. My favorite way, my favorite tool for that is Namecheap. That's Namecheap. And in this follow-up email, I'm going to give you this, guys, a rundown. I'll make sure that you get the links to these places. But Namecheap is my favorite place to buy domain names. And my favorite place to get a domain a business email address is just using good old G Suite. I think I pay like $6 a month to use G Suite to have my at TaishaBradley.com email address. So if you don't have a professional business email, you don't have to have a website. You just need to go to Namecheap, buy a domain name, and then go to Gmail, G Suite, and purchase. It's not G Suite anymore, something else, but you know what I mean. And purchase a business account. Okay, so even if you don't have a website, you can have a business email. So the next thing I talk about is setting filters for Hero. And so if you have been in Hero, if you already are subscribed and you get the Hero emails, you will know that those 3 emails a day, if you sign up for more than one category, we'll talk about that in a second, you'll get a ton of emails. You'll be like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? Because you'll get 3 in each category that you sign up for. And I do recommend that you sign up for several categories instead of just the one that does them all, because some are missing. We'll talk about that. But the way to survive that is by using filtering. Filter your emails. And so while it's not the perfect thing to do, you can have all of your Hero emails go to like a label so they don't get all clogged up into your main feed, especially if you're using your main business email address. So creating filters in Hero is a way that you can help manage that. And these are the settings. You need to create a label, put never send it to spam, and mark it as important, so that it doesn't go into your main email, but you still have them, right? You still have them. You still get the notifications on how to do that. And so if you can set up a general filter in Gmail or find instructions to do that, they're actually in this class, then yeah, it's pretty simple to do. And so once you have that business email address and set up those Hero filters, which are optional, you are ready to start getting those queries. So we're just going to go ahead on to the next part. So this part is all set up, registering as a source. Let's see if I can just turn this completely off. Boom. Registering as a source. Remember, I told you that as a business person and expert, you are a source. You are the source. So you want to register. Oops, I don't want to skip that. Register as a source on helpareporter.com. I did not want to do that. Helpareporter.com. Sign up for the free. Make sure that you click that I'm a source, because you're not a journalist. If you are a journalist, you can use Hero for free as well, with some limited capacities to find people to bring on your show or to interview on a podcast, or for your blog. But there are certain things that requirements that they require of you if you are a journalist. There's several rules of Hero, but the main ones are to stay on topic. So if a journalist sends out a query about, say, Easter bunnies, you can't say, hey, I know you asked for Easter bunnies, but listen, I have chicks. You can't do that. You have to stay completely on topic or you could get kicked off. There's no product tie-ins. So if you're asked about your business, you can't say, and also for the very low price, $9.99, I'm also selling this. So don't add a product tie-in. Don't try to upsell or slide that in unless they ask you. I put here no email addresses, but that means that if you see a journalist's email address in a Hero query, you can't just copy that down and keep it and use it later. You can't pirate email addresses from that. That'll get you kicked off. You have to use the masked email addresses in Hero unless the journalist hits you up separately, about something else, and says it's okay for you to reach out to me, but don't do that. No vague responses. You can't reply and be like, hey, I saw your query about bunny rabbits. Let me know if you want to talk. Like, listen, they don't want to talk. Like, they asked for something specifically. Answer the question. No vague responses. Hey, I'd love to talk to you about this sometime soon. Like, that'll get you deleted and blickety blocked. That'll get you blocked from Hero. And then the last thing, the major thing, is no attachments. When you are replying, do not send any attachments. If you cannot put it into the subject line, not into the subject line, into the body of an email, like if it's a photo or a document, then you want to put the document in like a Dropbox or in a like a Google Docs and send the link. It's going to strip it of the attachments, and that's just, you just need to know the rules. So yeah, go to helpareporter.com, click sign up. Read the rules. You'll need to do your name, email address, your country, phone, your business revenue. Most of us are under 1 million, so go ahead and click that proudly. That's the lowest you could go. And create a password. They'll send you an email address saying, thanks for joining Hero. Not an email address, an email that says thanks for joining Hero. Your sign up is successful, and then within about 24 hours on a business day, you'll start to receive emails. So the next thing you want to do is, once you get in, you'll have to go in and set up your account and set up your preferences. And so once you log back in, there'll be your email and your password at the top, and you can just log in. If you didn't get the verification email, you can go down here and click resend it. Or if you ever need to reset your password, you can go here as well and reset your password if you forgot your password. But this is like the main Hero dashboard. So once you go ahead and sign in, the very first time, it'll take you to your account details, and you'll just fill in, that you're a source here at the top. Make sure that you do your time zone. They still send them out Eastern Standard Time, but still make sure that you put your correct time zone in here. So fill out everything that you can up here. There's a part that you can skip where it says reporter details. You don't need to have that. And then down here at the bottom where you see it says industry categories, there's a master Hero, which is kind of like a huge Hero list of all the different subject areas, because they're broken up into subject areas. So if you get that, you'll only get 3 emails a day, but sometimes they will add emails in this little special, in these special categories that will not be in the master Hero. And then you'll also notice, if you can see that there are like some little exclamation marks next to some of the industry categories, and that means that they don't have any queries in that area right then, or it may be one that's coming soon. But you can still check them, and if they have, a random one that comes in, but it's usually something that's like super specialized. Also, you can check, so you can't see this, but there's like high tech and general, travel, business and finance, fitness and health, sports, public policy and government, like so many different areas that you can get specific emails for. One of them is gift bag, and that will be you'll receive queries from people who are having an event. Say that there's a women's empowerment brunch in New York, and they have 100 influential women coming in New York, and they need 100 things to put in a bag. You can reach out to those and say, hey, I would love to donate this many of that, but it needs to be like a good fit for your brand, good visibility. So that's what gift bag is. Oh, here we are. I'm sorry, you guys can see that bigger. Here are the Hero preferences. As you can see, the different areas that are available in HARO, and those are called the industry categories. And please note that if you click each and every one of these check marks, that you may get 3 emails a day from each and every one of these areas. So if you are definitely not, in biotech and healthcare, like, don't click it just to get it. I recommend at least doing the Master HARO, and then maybe doing a few others. Like I do Master HARO. Like if I were doing it for myself, of course I get them all. I would do like Master HARO and business and finance and entertainment and media, but I wouldn't do gift bag because I don't know products. So I wouldn't say just click them all just to click them all, but click the ones that will be relevant for you in addition to the Master HARO. So this course shows you, basically how to do those different preferences. And this part talks about reading the HARO query emails. And I told you already about like the different times that HARO comes through. But when you start to receive the HARO emails, this is what your inbox is going to look like. It can be quite overwhelming if you don't have a handle on it. Again, I mentioned doing the filter, and we had that in there. So, definitely doing a filter, or to pull them all to a different inbox. Or you can even set up a totally separate email and pitch from your business email account. Listen, truth be told, I do that. But there's also another way that you can pitch as well. So if you don't want to use your main email address and you just want to create like a little one-off account, you could do that. But make sure that you pitch from your business account or pitch from the platform. But this is what your email would look like, all of these queries. And so if you clicked on one of those emails and opened it up, it will expand into these different areas. This one is just a snippet. It's the education portion and the entertainment media portion. As you can see, this is all going all the way down to 70. So it was probably like 100 different queries on this one email, this one Master HARO email. So see, I told you guys you would have hundreds of media opportunities in your inbox, by the end of this week. Definitely by Monday, if you, get a rolling and get that HARO account put up. So it's like the Craigslist for journalists and reporters. That's how I try to tell people. It's like Craigslist, but for journalists and reporters. People are like, oh. So you can see each query has a title. And if you click on the title, it's hyperlinked and it just drops down and it allows you to read the whole thing. So you can see a few here in education. Why do colleges cost so much? College textbooks cost so much. In search of people who have some college credit but didn't graduate. That could be anyone. That could be you. You could just have your name, in the media. And that's for a publication called Christianity Today. So if even better, if you went to like a Christian school, that would be an even better pitch. And so you don't have to look for an angle when you use HARO. You just answer the doggone questions. You answer the questions, and you can look down here in entertainment media. National daytime talk show looking for a birthday brand. Listen, national daytime talk show looking for a birthday brand. Now, I can't tell you for sure, but I've used HARO for a long, long time, for over 10 years for sure. And sometimes I can guess what the talk show is, or who's doing it. But if you see at the end it says anonymous, and that means that they are not allowing you to know who the brand is, because it's usually something really huge. If it says this is for The View, then everybody's going to be pitching everything that they can, right? They want to keep people focused. So oftentimes when it says anonymous, it's because it is a very large brand. So national daytime talk show looking for Venmo and looking for birthday brand anonymous. I would need to click on that and look at that a little bit more to kind of guess who that is. National daytime talk show. That could be anyone. There's several talk shows that use this. But if I were to click on this, this is what it looks like. So remember I told you if you click on the link, it'll drop down and you can see what it is. So this one, for instance, you can see that the name of the reporter is Zoe Bauer from insurance.com. The category is business and finance. That email is the email that we would use to respond to Zoe. because remember, it's a mass email. Even if we did know Zoe's real email address and it was on insurance.com, don't use it. You can only use this. And here it says the media outlet is insurance.com, even though she has it by her name. Main important thing, look at the deadline. The first thing you want to do is look at the deadline. Sometimes the deadline is the same day that the query comes. You know, you might have only hours to pitch it. Sometimes it's a day. Sometimes most of the time it's usually like a day or two. Sometimes you'll find one that, you know, will give you 3 or 4 days, but that's giving other people 2 or 3 days ahead of you, and you don't want to do that. But the deadline is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, September 22nd. So you can tell I pull this, you know, from an old email. But don't pitch after that. Don't pitch after that. And don't wait if you don't have to. You know, if you have to wait till you get home from work, or, you know, do it later, then that's fine. But don't just sit and wait till the last minute. And then underneath the deadline, you'll see query, Q-U-E-R-Y. This is what they want. This is what they're asking for. And it says, tell me why most homeowners don't know about homeowners insurance. What are ways to get better coverage that people don't know about? What to avoid that people don't know about? Requirements. Must provide a website URL of the site that you want to backlink. Like, literally, this is all Zoe wants from insurance.com. Tell me why most homeowners don't know about homeowners insurance. So if you're in the real estate industry, you can be a real estate agent and answer these questions as long as it's accurate and true, and, you know, you can accredit to yourself. You don't have to be a person that sells homeowners insurance. Kudos for you if you do, because they're going to link your website to them. Remember, we talked about the SEO and the backlinks. It says must provide the website URL of the site where you want to backlink so that they can push you that traffic. That's it. They want you to answer these 3 questions and give them the URL. So you put those together in the most succinct way. Introduce yourself, answer the questions, send the URL, send it back to Zoe. That's it. That's how you pitch. So no worrying about, you know, I don't know what to say, or how do I pitch this? You know, I need a template and all that stuff. When you're using Hero, you don't need to do that. That's why I wanted to show you this today, because it's so powerful and it's so fast, and you don't have to overthink this. You could be, you know, scouring these emails in a day or so and just going in and answering the ones that you're qualified to answer. So writing a hero source pitch, we just talked about that. Remember that, you know, do it before the deadline. Make sure that you're qualified. Make sure that you have a subject line. I highly recommend that your subject line is about what the query is, because if you think that your hero email inbox looks crazy, imagine all those hundreds, sometimes thousands of pitches that people get. And for different articles. So make sure what you're responding to is in the subject line. It doesn't have to be anything all crazy and snazzy, and, you know, make sure that they're clear on what you are responding to. Make sure that you greet them. You know, journalists are people too. You know, you don't want to get like right to it. You know, say hello, like we talked about Zoe. Hi, Zoe. You know, my name is da 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 from, you know, this organization. Do a greeting. Like, these people are not robots. Like, at least say, hey, cat, dog, mouse. Okay, that's the main thing that I teach people, is that journalists are people too. So make sure that you say hello or greetings or salutations, something. Don't just like go right to it. Be nice. The next thing you want to do is be concise. Whatever they're asking you for, give them that answer concisely. If you feel like you're rambling on, you are. Go back and keep it, you know, simple. If they want more information or more fluff, they will ask you, but be really concise. Like, they are on Hero and posting this because they don't have a lot of time to be vetting people and, you know, going here and there, and like, they're really trying to get right to it. They're really trying to get right to it. So be concise. Make sure that what you have is easy to read. Do bullet points. Make sure that you stay on topic. Remember, don't like divert. They could block you. Make sure that you have your contact information available, and make sure that you are active on social media, because remember, I told you that when you pitch these people, they're going to check you out. And the first place that we go to spy on people is on social media. And if they see that your social media is like inappropriate, or if it's just dead, you know, they're not going to, they might hold that against you. with, because you're not going to spread that message. Even if you have a small audience, are you sharing with that audience? Are you engaging that audience? They want to know that. If you have a bio or any press links, you can add that into your pitch. Remember, don't do any attachments. You have to do a link, right? You have to do a link. Make sure that you do a spell check and a grammar check, and make sure that you are checking that email. Make sure that you're checking that email. And another way to send a pitch is you can send it directly from Hero. If you create that account, if you look where it says my account, you can go to my pitches, where it says my pitches, and you can actually find all your old pitches in there if you pitch from Hero. So you can just pitch directly from your email. Just, kind of copy paste the query over on something, copy paste the query. I like to copy paste my query into my email that I'm composing so that I can, continue to go back and look at it. And then I answer, then I delete the query, and then I send it. But you can also pitch directly through the Hero platform, which I really like, because you can see all your old pitches in one place instead of going through your emails to your sent messages. You can also tell if they've looked at your pitch. And then also, if the pitch is not used and you've answered these questions for this article and they didn't use it, you can go right in there and copy and paste that wonderful information that you shared that didn't get used into your blog. Turn it into a long form social media post. Like, reuse the information that you worked so hard to create, but it wasn't used. So don't just let your pitches, just fall on the ground. Like, go back in there after, several weeks, maybe a month or two, just to make sure that they are not going to go back and use it, and use that content because you've already taken the time to create it. So yeah, you can submit your pitch directly through there, and you can also see like your past pitches as well. So I know that I said that if you thought your inbox looked crazy, what theirs looks like, but this is what an actual copy of an email looks like inside of them. So imagine if they opened up my pitch, this is what they saw. So this is Tyler, I think from Kivo Daily, and it says, "Hello, Tyler. Here's another pitch from a Hero source. Hope you find a perfect match." So that's kind of like automated. And then it shows you, this is what Tyler is seeing, my pitch. So it has my name, my email, my company, phone, not available. So now I know I should have put a phone in there in case you wanted to call me, because I didn't know that phone said not available. This is old. And then the pitch title, Taisha Bradley, PR Industry Interrupter for Urbanpreneurs. I put my name in it so he could find it easily if he's looking for me. And then this was something about like PR industry interrupters. And then it says pitch contents. And then attention, Tyler Pence, Kivo Daily. So listen, I didn't do a greeting. Sorry. This is a little bit older, but yeah, I probably should have did a greeting like, "Hi, Tyler," something. So here I introduce myself, and then I go into, my response for him. And it is a little lengthy, but this was kind of, an open-ended kind of thing. I felt like I said all the things that I needed to say. And then here's more information about me and links and my socials. And then at the bottom, there's a link for him that says track and respond here. Want to let the source know their pitch will not be used? Click here to say no thanks. I have never had a publicist send me, I'm not a publicist, a journalist send me something that says no thanks, I'm not going to use it. You know what they do if they're not going to use it? They don't say anything. So do not sit and wait for a yes or no. Just go ahead and move on to the next thing. If you get a yes, they'll reach out to you. I would say give it up to like 6 weeks. But if you don't hear anything, just let it go and continue to go to the next thing. So here I talk about way to track past pitches. So you can use the dashboard to track your past pitches. If you email from your email account like I do, what I do is I save all of my queries, to a folder. So I just go back in the sent messages and add them all to a folder called Hero Pitches. So I recommend, hanging on to your past pitches and keep them together, especially if the media reaches back out to you and you're like, "Oh Lord, I don't even remember what I said," or "I don't even remember what they're talking about." That's a way to keep of it. And then also you can create a spreadsheet to keep track of past pitches. So with the date, who you pitch, what the pitch was, kind of like the title, the result, like what happened, didn't hear anything, heard back, and then a follow-up plan. Now with Haro, usually there's no follow-up plan. It's just move on to the next thing. But you can see here at the bottom how I track it in a sheet, like for other clients when it's for other people, so that they can take a look at that. So again, remember I told you guys to set up the Google alerts. I said that right at the beginning. So most of the successful Haro pitches that I've sent, I did not receive a response. A Google alert was like, "Hey girl, you've been featured," So definitely set your Google alerts. Is really easy to use. Set up your name, your business name. And this is basically what the inside of the Google alert looks like. And then if you create an alert that you don't want anymore, you can just click the trash can and delete it. If you need to edit it, like you misspelled it, or you want to add a word or take away, then you can click the little pencil and it will take that away for you. And also you can hit that little cog, and it'll give you some more options to kind of customize the Google alerts, like how often you receive them. But I like to receive them like as things happen, like not all at the end of the day. But you can definitely customize that. So the main thing, people want to know, how do I follow up the pitch? How many days do I wait, Taisha, before I follow up the pitch? Guess what? Don't do it. Do not follow up your Haro pitch. Once you pitch, leave it alone. Don't say anything. Don't say, "Hey, did you get it?" Don't say, I just want to make sure that you received it. Don't say, "Do you need anything else?" Don't say, "Keep me in my," don't say anything else. It is a huge Haro faux pas. So following up your Haro pitch, don't do it. It's a one-shot process. If you don't hear back, don't follow up. Most journalists are not going to tell you that they didn't use you. Like, they're just not. Some of them will inform you that you used it. Some of them will say that we're going to use it, but they won't say exactly when it's published. Some people are published and never tell you. Or some people are really nice and they'll say, "Oh, it's going to go out on this date and the time." It just really depends. But remember, they are on a deadline. And then also on the Haro website, it says emailing or calling a journalist repeatedly will get you nowhere fast, but it will also get you kicked out of Haro. So if you want to connect with a journalist as well, in another way, hit them up on social media. Journalists love Twitter, so definitely start with Twitter. Hit them up there, follow them, retweet them, comment on them, build a rapport with these journalists. Because remember, they're people too, and we don't like when people come to us when we want something. So same thing for a journalist. If you're trying to build a relationship with them, let it be a real relationship. Be helpful to them. You could reach out and say, "Hey, is there anything that you're working on that I can help you with?" I've done that before plenty of times, and they're like, "Actually, do you know someone who da 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 da?" I'm like, "Actually, I do." Being helpful. So that is most of the How to Haro class. I skimmed over a lot of the details of this class. And so I just talked through it, but there are videos on here and audio as well. Let me get back over here so you guys can see me. Yeah, there's audio as well in that How to Haro class. And again, I know that all of this was like water, from a hose, what is it? Fire hydrant, fire hose, water from a fire hose. That's a lot of information. So I'm saying all that to say this: go get the class. Like, it is so dope. I worked on it last year. It was free for a while it was in the beta version, and I was working out the kinks, and I had people going through it and getting stuck. Like, man, it was really a process. So it's something I've really worked on, worked a lot of kinks out of it. It has nice graphics, video voiceovers, the Facebook group that you can come to support. So it's only $27, you guys, and that's because it's brand new, and I just built and working on it. I'm going to be adding to it and upgrading it so that it's going to be nicer. It's going to have a lot more video. As I do that, I'm going to raise the price in it, so it is never ever going to be free again, because now it's $27, and it's never ever going to be $27 again. So if you really like this and you want to get those hundreds of media opportunities to your inbox like ASAP this week, definitely sign up for helpareporter.com, get your free source account, and then make sure that you get the How to Haro class for only $27. You get lifetime access to it. So that means like once you buy it, it is yours forever. When I upgrade it, you will have copies of that as well. I'm not going to be doing that just in general for everyone. I'm going to try to show it to you. But I would like to thank you guys for coming here tonight and grandfather you in for the How to Hero Masterclass. 21 whole lessons, interactive lessons in there. There's little links and downloads and all kinds of cool stuff in there. Besides, what we saw. And so it's only $27. So if you go to my website, TaishaBradley.com, at the top, you will see training. And underneath training, if you click on online courses, it will take you to my school on the Thinkific platform, and you will see my class called How to Hero Masterclass. And for just $27, it's yours forever and ever. And you can get all of this information, if you didn't take notes, or if you got in later, or if I was talking too fast, or if you're like, listen, I love this, but I need to sit down and like go through it slow. Then get this class. It is so good. It's been on my heart to make this class for so long, because it's so easy and you could really be getting media coverage like right away. I think one of someone who's on right now, I sent over one because sometimes I see a query and I'm like, this will be perfect for this person. So I sent it over to her, just kind of told her what Hero was and how it worked really quickly over the chat. And she got a response, like right away from a journalist. First try on Hero, got a response. So it is very accessible to you to be able to get on Hero. It's really very likely that you can be featured immediately. And so there's so many different places on Hero. I see Cosmopolitan on Hero a lot, Pop Sugar, the Dr. Oz show. Dr. Phil was on there once. Obviously Amazon, IMDb TV, Forbes, Business Insider, ABC, just anything and everyone, and every single day. It's important now more than ever that we get our message and our stories and our missions out in the media. The media has been saturated with so much bad news that like the media is desperate for good stories and positive stories and stories of hope. Right now, 2/3 of the stories that the media are working on are pandemic related, are political related. Only 1/3 of journalists right now are not looking for pandemic and political stories. Per se, they're looking for the feel-good stories, but the feel-good stories that are making it to the end of the news at night are what? Pandemic adjacent, about a family, who had a garage sale and raised money, for a mask, where's the feel good story, but it's still kind of adjacent to, pandemic or politics. So just keep that in mind, when you're thinking of news and what you want to pitch, that, that a lot of the media is still very pandemic and political driven right now, but there are journalists out there looking for stories that are feel good stories, very humanistic, like, about a human. So not just about your product or your service or your business. What is your story? What is your backstory? How did you get to, start working on what you are? How did you get there? So that is what they are looking for. So I've told you a couple different ways that you can get this media coverage. So definitely go ahead and start with the Hero. It is $27 on my website. Next to it, you'll see Instant Authority. And Instant Authority is another class that I'm working on. You see it only has 5 lessons right now. It's on pre-sale. But Instant Authority is going to be the next step after the Hero class, because, once you start getting these media coverage, okay, so Taisha, how do I start to do the logo thing? Because you can put logos on all of your branding, as seen in, as seen on, award winning, put it on your business cards, put it on your website, put it on your t-shirt, Creative Souls Printing, anything that you can print on. Be putting these media logos. You were featured on the news. I don't remember if it was ABC, NBC, but you can put Creative Souls Printing as seen on ABC, NBC, because you can use those logos legally as long as you use them in the right way. So talking Instant Authority is going to be talking about that. When you land media, What do you do with these logos? How do you get the logos? What are the appropriate places to use them? What's legal and what's not? What's the difference between a trademark logo and a copyright logo? You know, people want to know those things so that they can start to integrate those logos into their branding, so that people can see those and automatically give you like that authority over your competitors, because you've been seen, you know, and you have credibility through the media. So right now, Instant Authority is just $47 because it's new. Remember how the Herald started out free, and then, you know, I worked on it, and it's up to $27. I haven't even announced it prior to today that there's a price on it. Now, and I've sold 3 and like didn't even know. So listen, people are on top of it. I think I have 94 people who have enrolled in the How to Herald Masterclass. So it's really popular. It's really popular. People get lots of results right away, and you could be pitching the media as soon as a Monday, maybe even Friday. So yes, thank you so much. Creative Souls Printing said, I love this session. Thank you so much. Listen, you're an implementer, so I know that you're going to go in. I know that you're going to go in. Thomas is one of my former students from the Academy, Entrepreneurship Academy alumni. So I know that I said I had something free for you guys. So if you RSVP'd and you came today, then you'll be receiving an email, and I'm going to be giving you a little free hashtag, PDF digital download, and it helps you boost up your social media and attracts the media to your social media posts depending on the hashtags, because journalists use hashtags too. And so I know that Panty Buddy, who's on been watching, used the hashtag journal request and ended up getting a retweet, you know, for the journal request as well. So I know that we are right at time, just about, but I have like 2 minutes left and I'm going to use it. Do you guys want to see the inside of Action Camera Lights? Yes, say yes. I want to show you guys what I'm working on, that I'm so excited to share. Let me share my screen. This has been my project of 2020 that has been keeping me busy. All right. So on my website, you can go to TaishaBradley.com, or you can go to actioncameralights.com, and it is going to bring you to my website. But this is my new website that I was redesigning. And here's my logos where you've seen my clients. But let's see. What I want to show you is my Action Camera Lights program. And this is a membership program that I'm working on rolling out. I'm still working on it, you guys, but man, it's so close. And it's to help you fuel your growth with publicity, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, and expert. So I'm having on-demand courses just like this that are already recorded in Thinkific, just like the How to Herald class and the Instant Authority class. So you can watch it anytime, go back to it, full of video tutorials, courses. I'll be sharing entrepreneurial tools, different things that I use. Some of you guys know how I roll, and you know I do the Canva, the Wix, smart mock-ups, hex codes, colors. Like, I'm going to be sharing all of those tools all in one place, so you don't have to message me on Facebook and be like, what was that thing again? I'm going to pull it together, and I'm going to show you all of these cool things. I'm going to show you a lot of tools that the pros use. I'm going to be doing virtual classes just like this, but for members only. And in a setting, you know, like Zoom, where you can ask questions back and forth. Also, a supportive community like a Facebook group. I have a couple other communities that I want to do. So yeah, these are just some of my clients who have been happy with me over the past. One of my past clients was from Game of Thrones. So I did a lot of work for the UK. You guys know Big V, Nappy Roots. Longtime client and friend. And then Madeline Carita, she's a an actress and an activist, and she's a busy lady, and I helped her, you know, with getting her jump started. Man, like, she's so off the hook right now. But yeah, so let me show you the plan for Action Camera Lights and help you understand what it is. So it's an economical way to have a publicist by your side and get your business in the news. So you can pay monthly. You can do a campaign retainer for just 3 months, and it's just a one-time flat fee, but you can only do that once a year. Or you can get an annual retainer for $9.97 for the year. Most publicists cost between $2,500 and $25,000 a month to work with, so $9.97 is like a steal. And basically, I help you do this work. So I'm going to be sharing publicity leads from national media. So what we looked at in Hero, there are other sites just like Hero that I use. And so I'll be scouring those for the very best publicity opportunities for you guys based on who you are and what you do, and what I think are easy catches for you, so you don't have to worry about going through Hero and all the emails and everything. I'm going to mine those and pull out the really good ones and put them all in one spot so that my members can go through them and just go through all the good ones. I'm also going to be sharing podcast leads from podcast hosts. You guys know I love a good podcast, so I don't need a podcast. I'm just going to be on everyone else's, and I recommend that you do too. You're using other people's audiences. It's a great way to expand your audiences. But then people say, well, how do I get on podcasts? Well, listen, I'm going to be sending you all the podcast leads that I get and that I collect, along with lists of podcasts and the links that you can click to become a guest or to apply to become a guest, all in one place, so you don't have to go looking for that stuff. I'm going to do the same thing with speaker gigs, call for presenters, call for white papers. So many of us entrepreneurs, we want to get in on that speaker gig money, right? People are still making a lot of money doing virtual gigs. Well, how do you find them? Where are the links? A lot of us are not on top of that, but guess what? I'm going to be on top of that. So if you want to do speaker gigs, I'm going to be pulling the best speaker gigs offline with all the deadlines and the links, so that you can pitch those opportunities like as soon as they open. I'll be giving award and recognition leads. Awards and recognitions are definitely ways to get publicity as well. I know that we see lots of people get an award for this, an award for that, and a recognition for this, and a recognition for that. That's how you call your business award winning, or your program or your system award winning, or your brand, your product award winning. That is a thing. People seek out awards to apply for. And it draws media coverage as well, when you win an award or you're nominated. So where do you find these awards? How do you know what's coming out? Don't worry. I will have all of those together for you and cherry pick them and send them to you so that you can apply for different awards and recognitions in your industry. Also, press release and pitch templates. People want to know what to say. How do I write a press release? Of course, I'm going to have all the templates in there for you. Canva templates for branding. Y'all know I love Canva. So, if you want to put your as seen in, as seen on, I'm going to have different templates for that. So when you get media coverage, you can send out a nice video or create a nice graphic announcing your media coverage with a nice little link to it. Very professional. The media would love to see things like that and possibly reshare that as well. And again, we're going to have online communities with live training like this, weekly email roundups, because I know sometimes the week gets away from us and we don't know what we missed. I'm going to round up the whole week and say, hey, it's Friday. This is all the stuff that I posted and the stuff that you need to look at this week. Right. You're welcome. And then also a monthly member newsletter with member announcements and also what to start pitching on for the next month or 3 so that I can help you stay ahead and stay on pitching, because a lot of times we get gung-ho, we sign up for something and we forget. But don't worry, I'm going to be giving you reminders and different things to keep you really moving on that. One of the best things is that's a no hassle cancellation. I don't like when I sign up for something and I don't want it and I'm trying to get out and I can't. I'm not doing that. So if you get in here and you decide that this is not for you, then once you cancel, when your month is done, it won't charge you again and you'll lose access. Or if you do for the year, after your year, you'll lose access. But yeah, so you can sign up now and start earning publicity today. It is actually open. I am still building on the site in the background and adding things, media kits and editorial calendars, everything that I talked about that you would ever need to be able to pitch yourself and get media coverage. I'm giving to you. I'm not teaching you how to fish. I'm giving you a barrel full of fish and a net, and I'm standing there coaching you, right? So I'm not going to leave you on your own. But this was the most economical way that I found that I could start to work with entrepreneurs, and not necessarily on a one-on-one basis, but not like a group coaching kind of program, because those can be a lot too. But I really did this with my clients in mind. So I'm super excited to offer that to you guys. Again, it's new, and so it will be going up in price. $97 a month is going to be the lowest that it is going to be. But yeah, that is what I'm working on, you guys. Is that exciting? Yes, Penny Buddy said all good stuff. I'm so excited for you. Thank you. It took me a long time to come up with this, but I'm so excited, like, about, you know, all the things that I pulled together. I really took time to listen to you guys, you know, and find out the things that you needed, that you need to be successful. So I want to see your name in lights. I want to see you on the headlines. You know, I really want us to all really do well and get our messages out in front of the media. The power and reach of the media is what you need to really get a catalytic boost to your business and your brand in 2021. And I've showed you several free tools to help you start to do that, to get hundreds of media opportunities in your inbox this week. Woo! Are you guys energized? I'm energized. Listen, I've given y'all the game. So I expect that everyone do that helpareporter.com account. Please go over to TaishaBradley.com, go to online courses, and purchase How to Hero. If you got it down, everything, purchase it for a friend. You can certainly do that through that site as well. So thank you so much. At this time, I'll go ahead and answer any questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them down in the chat. Again, if you pre-registered for this, then I will be sending you a coupon code for a free digital download of my all-new revamped hashtags PDF. So thank you so much. Do we have any frequently asked questions? Any questions? Some questions that people typically have is, you know, for the industries, what industries, you know, do I cover? And right now I'm covering all industries. If I find that, you know, there are not a lot of people in a certain industry, I may not offer tools and resources in that industry anymore. Or if the opposite, you know, if I find that there are a lot of people coming in from, you know, a particular industry and they want tools and resources for that industry, I can certainly do that as well. I am building this custom to you guys. So, you know, always tell me, and feel free to share and tell me what you want and need for your business and your brands to grow. Because when you grow, I grow, we grow, you know, that is the name of the game. That's what we want to do. Really quickly, if you have some questions that you did not get answered here, or you decide to have some questions a little bit later, also on my website, if you go to frequently asked questions under membership, frequently asked questions and terms, I have a lot of questions that you guys already have, or for people who I've showed this to, you know, just getting information, you know, these are the questions that they've had. So you hear membership questions, and you just hit this plus mark, and it'll drop down the answers. How often do I update the website? Why should you have to pay for this service? About the cancellation policy, publicity leads. You know, if you have any questions about publicity leads, what kind of opportunities I'll be sharing. If you want to know more about the media kits and the editorial calendars that I was talking about, if you missed that, or if you want to see a sample, I have the old magazine media kit up and the HGTV editorial calendar for 2021 up to give you an idea. If you want to know more information about the podcast, you know, the podcast information I'm going to be sharing, you can ask these questions here. And if you have any questions about live training, the different kinds of tools and things, and the videos that I'll be uploading, you can have those there. And if you don't see a question here, you can always click feedback, and this little menu will fly out, and you can put your name here if you choose to, so I can know who it is. But you can make a suggestion or ask a question, report a problem, give kudos. And so this is something I want to put up here as I'm building this out, you know, so that I can know if there's a problem, or if there's something that, you know, you guys want that I don't have. Then, you know, you can give me immediate feedback, and I can put it up there. It's one of the benefits of building your own website. Like, you could go in and, you know, kind of update it and change things as you need to. Listen, we have a question. So Aja Wood Russell, hi, says, I'm an author and the book is my product. How would I pitch without mentioning the book? The way that you pitch, Aja, thank you for that question. The way that you pitch without mentioning the book. So if I'm not mistaken, Aja, your book is about lupus. And if we're talking about the same book, Mommy Has Lupus. So the kind of query that you would want to respond to on Hero would be, say someone is writing and saying, I'm looking for information, about someone an entrepreneur living with lupus, or, a caretaker of a person who has lupus, or, something lupus related that you could speak to, right? That you have expertise in speaking to, not mentioned in the book, but if there was a query about lupus in general that you could answer, then you would say, hi, my name is Audra Wood Russell. I'm the author of, Mommy Has Lupus. Here are the answers to your questions. You could introduce yourself without that. So you could mention the book, but the book is what qualifies you, right? Part of what qualifies you. Now, if you're a lupus survivor or a caretaker, you could also throw that in there, but you can mention that. The way that they don't want you to do project is to say, hey, I saw that you were looking for someone, to speak about lupus. I wrote a book, like to hear it, here it go. That is not the right way to pitch a product when they want information, but you're offering them a product as a solution. So you can mention, your book. It's not what you want to, kind of lead with, or, kind of really delve into that. But that can be a qualifier that you are an author of a book of this subject matter. Right. So you can mention your product as long as it's relevant to the pitch. You just can't go in, and blindside them with a product. So thank you, Aja, for asking that. Thank you so much for asking that. That was a very good question. That was a very good question about Hero. And so luckily Hero is pretty forgiving. So, if you missed it one or two times, it's kind of okay. But if you're in there kind of grossly, breaking the rules and being self-serving, it's not for you. So basically, when you pitch, it just shouldn't be an advertisement for you or your business. If you're like, this might be a little salesy advertising, it is. It is, right? You want to go and being genuinely helpful. Not saying, hey, I want to get Panty Buddy in this magazine. You got to say, hey, I really want to help this author, with this article. You need to go in with that motivation. And I am qualified to help this person because I, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, I'm trying to get published, or, even though that is the perk, and the benefit of it, you want to go in being helpful, because journalists can tell if you're being self-serving. And if you're being self-serving, they might not want to build a relationship with you, per se. But if you are genuine and helpful to them and help them, get this work off their table, that's really great, and get the information to their audience that they're really going to need, then they will deem you as helpful and possibly reach back out to you directly, or even have other opportunities for you. And lots of these journalists are freelancers. So they write for several publications. So you could, make a connection with someone who writes, for a smaller blog, and then that person also writes for something larger or for a larger website. So yes, keep that in mind, that these journalists, they write for multiple platforms and could be reaching back out to you. So you want to make sure that you're being very resourceful and helpful to them, by lending them your expertise, right? So if you have to flub, or you have to fluff up who you are or what you have, then just don't pitch that query. Don't respond to that one, and wait till one that comes along where you like, oh, boom, this is perfect for me, right? Wait for those. And you'll have the better success with those. All right, you guys. Well, thanks so much for hanging on in there. Be expecting an email from me. I really enjoyed having you guys today. You were really engaged. I thank you so much for being here. And now you know how to get lots of free press without a lot of money in 2021. And I'm Taisha Bradley, and you can find me at taishabradley.com. Tell a friend. Bye, you guys.